call the Clarksville Community School Board Planning meeting to order. If you will please stand and join me in the pledge. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Do I have a motion to amend or adopt the agenda?
I move we adopt the agenda.
I will second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, it is unanimous. Education update and superintendent's report. Dr. Bennett.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I have a couple of updates for the board this evening. We had Mozzie Education conduct an English learner program review for our district. If you guys recall, Mozzie is the company whom we contract with to assist us in our grant writing and management for Title I, II, III, and IV. The review was conducted in February, and the summary of the review was sent to us mid to late March. The review gave us some great insights on the strengths of our ELL program in our district, as well as some recommendation for the district and building levels in order to continue to make progress in moving our EL students forward in their academic attainment. Dr. Auer and I will be meeting with the principals to discuss the components of the review in the very near future. We will then make decisions based on the feedback on what the next best steps are for Clarksville. We also have a meeting with Nathan, who owns the company Mozzie, coming up, I believe it's Thursday, if I remember correctly, to go over the review in detail and get some follow-up questions answered. Once we have a chance to kind of digest this internally and decide what our next best steps are, then I will bring that back to the board to give you guys an update. But just to know, we've done an audit of our best practices, if you will, internally, and I think we're doing a lot of really good things, and that was affirming to know that. But we also, at a glance, we have seen that there are some really good recommendations where we can get better as well. So looking forward to sharing that with the board. We've received one request for a proposal for the install and demolition for the Chuck Franz Gymnasium bleachers. I will bring the proposal from Toadvine back next week for approval. We had to follow the formal process for request for quotes according to the Public Works Law. The acquisition for the bleachers for the high school and the middle school will be purchased through the Wilson Center. So I will not need to bring that to the board for approval because that falls under the procurement laws. However, the Public Works is the demolition and the installation, and that's a whole separate process. So Toadvine is who I will be bringing back next week for your guys' approval. Board members, if you're planning on attending the Top 10 ceremony, please RSVP to either Lisa Wilson or Jennifer Bishop by Friday, April 10th. The banquet will be held on Tuesday, April 21st at 6 p.m. in the high school cafeteria, and I believe Jennifer put the invite in your...
I mailed it out.
You emailed it to them?
It was a formal mail, but it was before spring break. Yeah. Did you get them? Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you want to go, make sure she knows. So. Okay, fantastic. Okay, reminder that our Region 10 spring meeting at the Pines is April 16th. The Acadia is reserved, and we plan to leave here as usual at 4:30. Yep, okay. Just some building projects updates for our bond at 2024. We have 4 of the 6 bathrooms at the high school that are completed. D lobby bathroom will be completed by graduation. And the football field house is almost completed as well. They're putting on one last top coat on the epoxy floors. The high school hospitality / food lab is completed, and the furniture has been ordered. And if I remember correctly, I believe that should be here by the 1st or 2nd week of May. Adrian, thank you. The weight room floor was installed yesterday. It's really cool. It's black turf right down the center. Chris Coffey sent a picture of it today. I think the weights are scheduled to be delivered mid to late May and installed, and they will remove the other weights out of our old weight room then too as well. The video monitors in the weight room's up and running. The middle school concession stand is phenomenal looking. It is double in size, and you know that was hideous and in horrible shape. But it is moving along. The major construction is complete. Holding our breath, there have been no big hiccups there that we thought might cost us a lot of money. So that was good news, and we're waiting on like the cabinetry and the fixtures, etc. But that is going to be a game changer for the middle school between those 2 gymnasiums. If you drive between Chuck Franz Gym and Steve Matheny Way, that huge oak tree, it was a very nice tree, but it was buckling the sidewalk. and it was just dirt under, there's no grass whatsoever. That was removed over spring break, so they will have already seeded it, and we will be getting some grass there and open that space up. 6 windows at Clarksville Elementary School were foggy, with seals, and I think maybe 2 on the top floor, maybe 4 on the bottom floor, that the seals were broken, the windows were foggy. Those have been replaced. I think 4 of the 6 have been replaced. The other 2 are in process. And we're closing in on the last phase of branding for the academic wing at Clarksville Middle School. They sent over the renderings Friday. Nikki's reviewing them, giving them feedback. So then that will take care of the middle school minus the gymnasiums. That'll be a tackle with the painting and the bleachers and the branding. Then the middle school branding will be complete, and the other buildings are already complete. The terrazzo floor at Clarksville Middle School is scheduled to be refinished at the onset of summer. Retrofitting for the On My Way pre-K will take place early summer. We met with the architects today, right, Brian? We met with the architects today to discuss there will be walls added between studios 1 and 2, so that we will have 4 classrooms instead of 2. And yeah, we're moving we're moving On My Way pre-K over here, so we'll be On My Way pre-K and kindergarten over here next year. Sarah, are you happy? Yay, good. Okay, okay, we're also in the process of finalizing orders for classroom furniture for 1st and 2nd grades. Lisa's working with teachers on that. We will get those orders placed within the next couple of weeks, and the install will be scheduled for this summer. Once that's complete, all grade levels, K through 12, will have new classroom furniture. We have a couple of one-offs, I think maybe the science rooms at the high school that we need to circle back and upgrade the science rooms, if you will. But other than that, we will have all the classrooms K-12 taken care of, and we still need to tackle teachers' furniture at Clarksville Elementary School, which we will do hopefully in the fall. And we are in the process of completing the installation of all new controls for our HVAC at each building. Rella and Clarksville High School are completed. Middle school's in process, with Clarksville Elementary School beginning next week. We will continue to meet internally with vendors for other projects for the 2026 bond. Once we solidify our architects and vendors for the non-architect needed projects, I will continue to update the board. I'll be bringing contracts back to the board, hopefully in the next couple months, especially when we close on the bond, so we can get that work started this summer. As a matter of information, we've had a plumbing issue here in the admin building. Where the piping was installed incorrectly when they built this building, so it wasn't anything to do with the renovations, and it was just, in essence, backing up, preventing complete flushing of waste, particularly when it rained. It appeared that way anyway. Summer school will run 3 weeks, beginning late May through early June. It will be 4 days a week, 3 hours per day, and that will be for kindergarten through 12th grade. The DOE is reimbursing, it's approximately 70% for all levels. If you guys remember, I don't know, pre-COVID, summer school was really only offered at the high school. That's all the Department of Ed would reimburse schools for. Philosophy has changed, and now it's focusing on the inputs and the foundational level, so they are investing in elementary, middle, and high school. So I think that's great news for student achievement. And lastly, Camp Invention is running June 22nd through 26th. If the board remembers, the board approved a nice donation so that our students could attend Camp Invention at a much lower cost. I think it's going to cost each student from Clarksville $75. Don't quote me on that. Does that sound right? $75 a week to attend this enrichment high ability camp. It's a fantastic camp. And it's going to need to be held at Clarksville Elementary School this year, because Renaissance will be under construction, getting the On My Way pre-K rooms up and running. That is all I have. Dr. Allred, do you have some things this evening?
Really, the only thing I have is say good evening, and just to remind everyone that we're all gearing up for testing season. Testing window opens up next week, actually, so everybody's getting ready for all that. Other than that, I don't have anything this evening. Thank you.
Comments? CEA? Okay. Board members? Comments?
glad spring's finally here.
5 more weeks, guys.
All right, make sure everybody lets Jennifer or Lisa know about the top 10. And I think she knows about the Pines, right? Everybody told her? Okay. All right, well, good seeing y'all. I'm glad it's,
Betty, I see you getting ready to say something about the Pines. Oh, did you need to say anything to Jennifer about the Pines? No?
I was saying to Lisa.
Oh,
okay, okay. I did as well.
Can you put me down for top 10?
Me too. I'll be there.
Okay, great. All right. All right, yeah.
I'm also glad it's sunny and warm, well, almost warm today, but sunny in the home stretch. No, Dr. Bennett.
Thank you, Madam President, members of the board. Tonight, we have a few personnel items to discuss. First, for certified, we have the appointment of a long-term sub-math teacher at Clarksville High School. CMS has a resignation for a special education teacher at the end of the year. Next, for classified, we have an appointment for a maintenance technician and a paraprofessional at CES. We also have a leave of absence for a custodian and one separation of service for a paraprofessional at Clarksville Elementary School. Lastly, for extra duty and/or volunteer, we have the appointment of 2 co-track coaches at Clarksville Elementary and a volunteer middle school baseball coach. If you have no questions, I will bring these and any other personnel requests back next week for approval.
Fundraising request, Dr. Bennett.
Thank you. Uploading your board portal were 4 fundraisers. First, Clarksville Elementary Student Council has a Spring Fling dance fundraiser approved in March for April 14th. They're asking that the date be changed to April 17th. All other details of the fundraiser are the same. Next, CHS Baseball is asking to sell cookie dough to family and friends beginning April 15th and ending May 6th. The cookie dough will be $25 per box. All proceeds will go to help purchase team equipment, uniforms, and team dining. CHS Softball is asking to sell popcorn and coffee to family and friends beginning April 15th and ending April 29th. All proceeds will help purchase a new batting cage net, softball rebounder, 2 pop-up nets, and team apparel. Lastly, CHS Football is asking to host their annual golf scramble on Sunday, May 17th at Wooded View Golf Course. They're asking for hole sponsors for $100 beginning April 15th and ending May 18th. 2026. All proceeds will help with team equipment, uniforms, and clothing for the students' kids. If you have no questions, I will bring these and any other fundraisers back next week for approval.
Donations, Dr. Bennett.
Uploading your board portal were 6 donations. CCSC donations. Sherwin-Williams is donating the paint for the football pole barn valued at $1,278. You know what? Did I tell the board that we are having the pole barn painted? Did I read that? Anyway, we're having the pole barn painted here in the next week or 2, and it will match the field house, the dark gray, and it's being donated, and Ernie Gum is going to donate that as well, so it will not cost us any money. So it'll be nice and acre. I think we accidentally left that.
If you didn't tell us today, you've told us that in the past. So.
It's going to happen. It's happening soon. So, athletic donations, $400 donation from Southern India United Soccer. And CMS donations, donor choose, chomp saw maker bundle for Lindsay Howlett, value unknown. STEM materials for Lindsay Howlett, value unknown. 3D building materials for Julia Swatz, value unknown. Candy Lifford, gym balls and outdoor game materials valued at $90.97. CES donations, clothing items for winter and spring, such as pants and shorts, were donated from Dave Worrell Foundation, value unknown. And we had $520.08 from the Kroger Community Rewards Program from 155 community supporters that ran from November 24th through February 23rd of 26. That's a donation. That's all for donations.
All right, other.
I do have 2 items under other this evening. First, Jason Hawkins was approved as a 25-26 summer weights coach, and that was approved in January of 25. So this was an incorrect date, and it should have read for the 24-25 school year. And because of how we have our funding separated, it needs to match what the board approves. In order to pay him, we need to bring this to the board to be corrected. The date corrected, so the correction needs to be board approved. If that makes sense to you guys, we can't pay him for a different year from what the board approved. So we're asking to make that correction this evening. we can bring that back next week for
Gotcha,
approval.
gotcha.
And then lastly, Clarksville Cares received a donation from American Online Giving in the amount of $1,829.32 that was approved last month. This donation should have gone to athletics. It didn't specify on there, but it was targeted for a CHS football team. The donation was from Nate Gibson, a volunteer football coach, through his position at Duke Energy. It just wasn't earmarked. In order for this donation to be transferred to the correct ECA account, we need the board to approve that donation transfer, all for the records. If you have no questions, I will bring this donation back next week as well for approval.
Any questions? Okay, we're good. Anything else?
No, ma'am.
Okay, we are adjourned.